this video, let us study about the nodal analysis. This is one of the effective methods in analyzing the circuit. So this is mainly based on KCL, that is Kirchhoff's current law, and this can be applied for both planar and also the non-planar network. But you know that mesh analysis, it can be applied only for the planar network, not for the non-planar network. Planar network means there will be no crossover branches, but in non-planar there will be crossover branches. Okay, so this is mainly based on Kirchhoff's current law, that is KCL. So if I consider a circuit now, so let us consider this as E2, this as E1, resistors R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. So in this nodal analysis, what we are going to do is we have to find the junction points or principal nodes. Okay, principal nodes here. So these are nothing but the junction points. Junction point is a node where three branches or more than three branches meet. So here it is meeting, right? So this can be considered as the first node. This is second node, and here I will consider a third node which is common here, and that will be grounded. That means this is a principal node, okay, which is also called as zero potential node. And here we have to consider one node, that is among these three nodes I have to consider one node as the reference node. So we will consider that node to which more number of branches are connected. So here we have 4 branches connected to the third node. So we will consider this as our reference node. Here at 1 and 2 only 3 branches are connected, but here 4 branches are connected. So this will be considered as a reference node, and that will be the zero potential node because it is connected to ground. Okay, so these are the points that is regarding the junction points. Now we can consider the branch currents that is arbitrarily in any directions. So I will consider this as I1 dash, I2 dash, I3 dash, this as I4 dash, and this as I5 dash. Okay, so these are the branch currents now. So we will be applying KCL at node 1 and node 2. Okay, before that, you see here, if you have a resistor R, if the current is flowing in this direction, that means current flows from higher potential to lower potential. So if this is A and this is P, and the voltages are VA and BVB, so we can consider this current I as VA minus VB divided by R. Higher potential minus lower potential divided by R. This is Ohm's law, right? V is equal to IR, I is equal to V by R. And if the current is flowing in this direction, then this becomes plus, this becomes minus. In that case, your current will be VB minus VA divided by R. Consider if resistor is connected with a voltage source like this is P and this is A, and the current I is flowing in this direction, then you can consider this as higher potential, this as lower potential. So we have VA, and when you go like this, you will get the plus sign first. So it will be minus Vx, then you have minus Vb, that is divided by R will be equal to I. Similarly, if the current is flowing in this direction, first this will be at plus and this will be minus. So VB, you are getting minus first, so it will be plus Vx. Next we have minus Va divided by R. So this will be the equations for the current. So now let us consider the KCL at node 1 and node 2. See, 1 is the zero potential node, that is a reference node, and other 2 nodes will be assigned with the node voltages V1, V2, and if you have more than 2 nodes, then it will be V3, V4 and so on. So here we have 2 nodes other than the reference node. So I will consider the node voltage as V1 and V2. So at node 1, we have, see, the current is flowing in this direction. So I1 dash, okay, what will be your I1 dash? that will be E1. And before that, let us apply the KCL here. Applying the KCL, see, incoming current is I1 dash, leaving currents I2 dash and I3 dash. So sum of incoming currents is equal to sum of outgoing currents. So this is okay. At node 2, I3 dash is incoming, even I5 dash is incoming, that is equal to outgoing current I4 dash. So when you see I1 dash, just now I had explained you like how you are going to take the voltages in this case. So I1 dash will be equal to, see, this is 0, right? So 0, and you are getting minus first, so that will be E1. Then you have lower potential E1 minus V1 divided by R1. That is equal to I2 dash, see, V1. Then you have ground, this is ground. So V1 minus 0, that is divided by R2. I3 dash is V1 minus V2 divided by R3. Okay, so considering V1 on one side, we will have 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, that is minus 1 by R3 V2, that is equal to E1 by R1. So this is your first equation. Next, when we consider the KCL at node 2, we have I3 dash plus I5 dash is equal to I4 dash. So I3 dash is nothing but now we are considering this point. So I3 dash is V1 minus V2, so higher potential minus lower potential divided by the resistor, that is R3. Then here we have 0, then minus is first, so it is plus E2, E2 minus V2, E2 minus V2 divided by R5. I4 dash is V2 minus 0, this is ground, right? V2 minus 0, that is divided by R4. Then we have V1 by R3, okay, V1 by R3, then we have E2 by R5. So if all the V2 terms goes to right side, we will have 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4 plus 1 by R5 into V2. If V1 by R3 goes to the right hand term, so it becomes minus 1 V1 by R3. Okay, so this is your second equation. Now you know in the mesh analysis we had general equation, that is R11I1 plus R12I2 and so on, that will give you V1. Okay, R21I1, R22I2 plus R23I3 and so on, it will give you V2. So likewise we can have the general equations in the case of nodal analysis. See here, this is V1 and this is nothing but the conductance, right? Sum of conductances, because you know conductance is nothing but the reciprocal of resistance. So this is sum of conductances. See, R1, R2, R3, sum of conductances at node 1. Then what is 1 by R3? That is conductance between 1 and 2. That is a mutual conductance between these two nodes. And that will be always negative. Okay, so it is minus 1 by R3. So we can write this as G11 V1 plus G12 V2, that is equal to E1 by R1 is nothing but it is the current I1. Okay, so in this case, see, this is the sum of conductances at node 2. Okay, see, R5, R3, R4. Sum of conductances at node 2. And what is minus 1 by R3? That is the mutual conductance between the node 1 and node 2, that is always negative. So we can consider that as now, okay, this is G21, okay, G21 V1, okay, this is the G22, okay, sum of conductances, that is equal to E2 by R5, that will be equal to your current I2. Okay, see here at a node, if that is flowing towards the node, then that is positive. If it is flowing away from the node, then it is considered as negative. See here, E1 by R1, this current is flowing towards the node, so that is positive. Okay, here to this node, E2 by R5, that is flowing towards the node, so that is also considered as positive. Okay, so general equations we can write it as G11 V1 plus G12 V2, so on till G1 and Vn, that is equal to I1, G21 V1 plus G22 V2 plus G2n Vn, that is equal to I2, and so on till Gn1 V1, Gn2 V2, Gnn Vn, that is equal to In. So this will be the general equations for the nodal analysis. Okay, in this case you can see we have only two equations, right? Two equations. But in case of mesh analysis, if you have I1, I2, I3, okay, the unknown currents is 3, so we will be having 3 equations to solve. But here we have only 2 equations. That means the number of equations will be always 1 less than the number of equations in the mesh analysis. So if you have n nodes, okay, if you have n nodes, then you will be having n minus 1 equations and n minus 1 node voltages will be there. Okay, so n minus 1. So number of equations will be less in the nodal analysis than in the mesh analysis.